Hey, 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 hey. Hey, everybody. How you feeling? Hope you're feeling good. Hope you are feeling good. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. We made it to another Thursday, and I hope you are feeling good about it. I hope that you are feeling good. Not just about the day, but I hope you are feeling good. Your dress code to get in here today is really, you can wear what you want to wear. Just make sure that you have your thinking cap on. Have on your thinking cap because we've got some things that we need to be thinking about. And I want us to talk about it. We're going to be talking about lyrics, behaviors, and society. The power of music lyrics influencing thoughts, behavior, and our society. We need to talk about this, guys. I really feel like we do. We should. We need to just dive right on into the impact of what we know music lyrics are and can be. How are they shaping our identities? How are they influencing our choices? And are they affecting society? Let's chat about the psychological and emotional aspects of different genres, from empowering anthems to heart-wrenching ballads. We got to discuss the responsibility also of the artists. What is the responsibility of the artists who are crafting these lyrics? We got to question if there's a line that should be drawn. So I want you guys to tune in, and I want you to come on in, and I want you to participate in the conversation like we always do. We get in here and you get in the chat and we talk about it. But before we get too deep into the conversation, before we do, you know what we got to do? We got to take that little bit of time for ourselves. Take that time for ourselves because we deserve it. We're on this wellness journey together. We all want to be well. We all want to be better. All right? So let's do a little bit of breath work. What I want you to do is inhale to the count of 4. And we're going to hold it for a few seconds. And then we're going to exhale. And we'll hold that for a few seconds. And we'll repeat that a few times. Now, you can close your eyes if you're in a place that you can do that. I don't want you to do that if you're driving. Don't do that if you're driving. Don't do that if you're actually sitting at the desk. If you got your head pods on and you're taking a listen, we'll vibrate with us and listen. But if you can close your eyes, close your eyes. You want to take it a step further, put your hands over your heart and feel that you are alive. That's you. Let's get into it. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. Hold that a few seconds. Inhale again. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. One more time. Let's inhale. Hold it a few seconds. And exhale. Yeah. Doesn't that feel great? Mm-hmm. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I want to give a shout out to Keep the Faith with Tori. She's out here with these kids right now. It's summer camp season. And we've got persons like her who are out here helping the youth, guiding the youth. Give a shout out to her and all of the kids out there at camp. They said, hello, MsTONYA. And I got to say hello to you all. So let's put Tori's comment up here. She said, hi, just popping in to say hi. The kids at camp say, hello, MsTONYA. We're in the deep country of Darlington. So Darlington, South Carolina is in the building. We got these kids out here they're not out here in the streets. They're in a camp. They're doing something constructive. They're doing something to better themselves. They're around people who care about them. I know that they are, especially if they're around Keep the Faith with Tori. So, hey, kids, y'all make sure y'all enjoy yourselves. Make sure you enjoy yourselves and make sure you learn something. Make a new friend because it's important to make new friends. And pay attention to the music that you're listening to. All right? I just want to tell all my good people, hey, how y'all feeling? Hope you are feeling well, and welcome back to another episode of Think About It Thursdays on the Noontime My Time podcast with your host. Well, it's me, MsTONYA. And today we're going to get into a thought-provoking topic that sparks conversations among all of us. It's multi-generational. It can be a multi-generational conversation because it's on music. What are y'all listening to? What's on your playlist? What is pumping through your ears? What's coming through those AirPods, your headphones? What are you listening to? I want y'all to buckle up, and I want you to join me in the chat in these comments as we navigate these musical streets. And I got a question for you. Do the lyrics matter? Are music lyrics important? Let's talk about their profound impact on people. And I know you guys got your favorite song. Everyone has their favorite song. But why is it your favorite song? And what impact do those lyrics play in your life or in your thought process of why that is your favorite song? You have to have thought about that. Or have you ever thought about how music lyrics touch your heart? How they might ignite your passions or spark some type of societal change? It depends on what the song is. I want us to talk about that because music is important. It's an international language. It crosses so many different barriers. You know it to be true. And in this podcast and in this conversation, I want us to talk about the various perspectives on the importance of music lyrics. Are they merely catchy phrases, or do they possess a deeper meaning? With everything going on in society and as generations go on, everybody has their thought about where music is in this time frame, present day. And they also think about where music was when they were growing up. Because see, we have an emotional connection to music. It takes you back somewhere. You go back to a memory when you hear a song from your childhood, you might relate it to a memory. We got to think about how those lyrics evoke emotions in us. So you guys get in the chat and let me know if you can recall a specific song or some lyrics that deeply impacted you. I'd be curious to know. I'd really be curious to know. And also, lyrics and music, they have social influence. Whether you want to believe it or not, they do. They have the power to shape, societal attitudes as well as behavior. Do you guys agree with that? You got to let me know if you agree with that. And are we paying attention to music as it relates to like genre specific music? Do we do that? What are you guys thinking? What are you doing? I absolutely want to know. And I'm going to think about, while you guys get in here and think about one of your favorite songs and how it perhaps impact you. I want to share with you a song, or maybe a couple songs, but I'll share one first that I really, really like. And it's a deep song. It's by Lauryn Hill. Forgive Them, Father. You guys know that song? I'm going to pull the lyrics up here and just read a few of the lyrics for you. And it starts out kind of heavy. It starts out kind of deep. It says, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Although them again, we will never, never trust. Just right there. Just the first 3 lines of that song is so deep. It says, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us. Although them, again, we will never, never trust. That song got me just like right off the bat. That's just how it started. You know, she goes in, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Be careful of those who pretend to be brothers, and you never suppose it's those who are closest to you. They say all the right things to gain their position, then use your kindness as their ammunition to shoot you down in the name of ambition. They do. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." You hear that? She said, "Forgive them, Father, forgive them because they don't know what they're doing out here." You got to be aware of people's false motives. Beware of false motives of others. Be careful of those who pretend to be brothers. They say all the right things to gain their position, and they use your kindness as ammunition. It happens. That was a song that really touched me very, very deeply. And there's just so much in these lyrics that if you listen to this, you can learn something. I felt like she used these words to teach and guide people who are dealing with forgiving someone who has betrayed you, who's pretty much stabbed you in your back. A few of the lyrics also go on to say, "Why every Indian wants to be the chief. Feed a man till he full, and he still want beef. Give me grief. Try to thief off my peace. Why for you to increase, I must decrease." Do y'all hear that? Why every Indian want to be the chief. Feed a man till he full and he still want a beef. Like everybody want to be the boss. You feeding them. They full, but they still want to have beef with you. They want to give you grief. They want to take something from you. They still want a piece of yours. She says, "Give me grief. Try to thief off my peace. Why for you to increase, I must decrease. So why for you to level up? Like, why you got to take me down?" She says, "If I treat you kindly, does it mean that I'm weak?" Come on, lyrics. This is from Lauryn Hill, "Forgive Them, Father" lyrics. I felt like she told a very good story here. There's so many lessons in here, and you can relate to it. I see we got Les Eccles in the building with us right now. How you doing, Les? Good afternoon. Let's see what Les is talking about here. He said, "There was a song by Kansas named Dust in the Wind. I heard it when I was 5 years old. Even at that age, I knew everyone died. But at that moment, that song made me break down crying, thinking we will literally be nothing one day. It was a profound moment in my childhood. My parents had to console me." Wow. And that's the impact of a song. That shows how powerful lyrics are. And so oftentimes when I hear people say, with certain, music, with certain songs, they're like, "Well, I'm listening to the beat." And I often feel like people are making an excuse for the lyrics. And I don't want to tell people what type of music to listen to or what type of music they should enjoy if they're considering it entertainment. But we're asking a larger question here and we're having a larger conversation. We're actually talking about the impact of lyrics. I want to ask you something. I ask you guys, and you can continue to do that. Continue to let me know about a song that you remember and how the lyrics impact your life, and you can recall that to this very day. But I want to ask this question as well. Do you think artists should pay attention to the lyrics that they write? Do you think they should? Because we're listening, somebody's listening. So it has to have some type of influence. Lyrics have the power to impact the listeners. Lyrics evoke emotions, they shape thoughts. They even influence behavior, you know? They have the ability to inspire, to empower, and to connect with listeners on a deep level. Artists have that power. So do you think they have, or do you think that they should pay attention to these lyrics? I think that they should. I think it adds to their integrity. I think lyrics are an essential part of an artist's creative expression, obviously, but by crafting thoughtful and meaningful lyrics, artists get an opportunity to enhance their overall artistic quality of their work. I feel like paying attention to lyrics allows artists to showcase their unique perspectives, their storytelling style, what abilities they have to tell a story, their poetic prowess. They have that opportunity. And I see we got DJ Bug here in the building. How you doing? Good afternoon. Listen, this is a guy who can definitely comment here. DJ Bug, one of our favorite DJs here in Flowtown. And he says, yes, artists should pay attention to the lyrics that they write. And I gotta agree with you here, man. I see we got Les here. He says, the worse the lyrics are, the more commercial success and play they have. It's no accident. You got me here. We know this to be true. The worse the lyrics are, it seems like the more commercial success they have, that is the music that is being pushed. It is not by accident. And I don't know necessarily what we can do about that, but I feel like as consumers, we don't have to buy it. There's music out here and there are artists out here who are making thoughtful and social conscious music. But quite obviously, we have to seek them out. And I think that we should. And I think that we live in a time of technology when we can, because, you know, there's so many different ways to get music now. You can find these artists. You can go on different platforms, on streaming platforms. A lot of them have their own social pages, and they're introducing themselves and their music. And we've got to find creative ways to support them and uplift them beyond what is being pushed to us from the machine. We got to do that because we know it. We know it. We've got kids out here. We've got brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, mentees. And we know that they're being influenced by the music. Music has a social influence. It always has. It's always played a significant role in shaping our society. Artists have that opportunity to contribute to important conversations. With their music, with their lyrics, they get to address social issues. They can be advocates for positive change with their lyrics. Paying attention to the message they convey allows artists to be, conscientious about the potential impact their music is going to have. I like listening to something and I want to know that I have a connection with the artist and that they're authentic, because authenticity is key. And I think that's key in building a fan base. And I think artists are figuring that out now, that they have so many different ways to get into the music industry, if we're still calling it that. But I certainly know that there are a lot of listeners who appreciate artists who express their genuine emotions, their genuine thoughts. They put their experiences in their lyrics. So paying attention to lyrics helps an artist establish a strong connection with their audience. And that's going to foster a different fan base. A fan base that is loyal, that is relatable, they trust you. And so if you're a new artist or an inspiring, you know, aspiring artist, you got to think about that. You need to be thinking about your lyrics. I think you should be. Now, that's my personal opinion, because we already see here, and I'll put Les' comment up here again. He said the worse the lyrics are, the more commercial success and play they have. So it's no accident. And that's an unfortunate truth. But I feel like if you are an aspiring artist or you are an artist, you've got to decide like what you want to leave here. When you put that out in the atmosphere, when you put that content out, it's here. You got that in the atmosphere. Are you going to be responsible for that? Are you thinking about your legacy? Are you thinking about any type of longevity? Because let me tell you something, great lyrics, they have the power to transcend time. Artists who craft timeless lyrics often leave a lasting legacy, just like some of those lyrics that I was just reading from Lauryn Hill, Forgive Them, Father. So by paying attention to lyrics, artists create music that remains relevant and resonate for years to come, ensuring their impact and extending them beyond the immediate moment. And I also feel that an artist that I love so much who definitely does that is Bob Marley. I mean, you could literally choose any Bob Marley song and it stands the test of time. And it is giving you something, it is feeding you something. If I had to think about one of my, I even hesitate to say one of my favorite songs for Bob Marley because they're all my favorite, but you guys know Redemption Song? Redemption Song, like the lyrics in that song, it's just incredible. So lyrics do matter. I'm going to read a few of the lyrics from Redemption Song by Bob Marley. It goes, "Old pirates, yes, they rob I. Sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit. But my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We move forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? Because all I ever had, redemption songs. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, because none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom?" You hear those lyrics? Lyrics, lessons, standing the test of time. I see I've got a lesson here says redemption song. It's my song. Listen, I understand, brothers. A lot of our songs, like Bob Marley has left a catalog of music to guide and teach us in so many ways. And I have to tell you guys something. Just the music and the teachings from Bob Marley have shaped so much of who I am today. Just listening to that music, hearing those lyrics, it made me have a love for myself and for my people and people. So that makes me question, when we've got people out here listening to lyrics that are not uplifting, that don't have a social impact of some sort, I'm wondering, who are they becoming? Because that music just it will infuse inside of you. So you gotta be listening to some good music. I see we got Kevin Bridges here in the building. How you doing, Kevin? Brick by Brick Podcast. Good to have you in the building with us here, man. Kevin goes to say, I think just as much as it's up to the artist to be a little more conscious about their lyrics, it's up to us as parents, uncles, big cousins, and big brothers and sisters to enlighten younger listeners and people that's just you unaware of the influence it has of what it is in its entirety, in my opinion. It is up to us, man. I feel like you feel here. You know, you say, yeah, the artist should be a little more conscious, but we gotta know that what Les said here, like, listen, if they want to make money, the music that is being pushed and that it's got commercial success is the one with worse lyrics. And they trying to eat. I, I'm not telling the person how to feed their family, but it's outrageous. But we do need to talk to these young people in the lyrics that they write. We need to be talking to young people about the lyrics that they listen to. And if they're listening to whatever the music of their time and generation is, I think it's our responsibility to introduce them to music with good content. See, Bob Marley was in my home growing up as a kid. That's why I know the music. I know all of the music. And I continue to listen to it. And even as a kid, as I listened to it, I didn't realize how moving and how deep it actually was because I was listening to the music as a kid. But as I grew older, I became a teenager and in my young adult life, and I went through a span of life where I literally listened to Bob Marley music every single day. That's how much I got into it. You know, as a kid, I was singing some of the popular music like Get Up, Stand for Your Right. You know, I'm in America. And that was one of the popular ones that was fed to us. And then as I grew up and I bought the music myself, and I'm listening to these catalogs of music, I'm like, oh my goodness, this man is just feeding us. So lyrics are important. And it shaped who I am today. You know, people often ask me why I say one love, and I mean that with all of my heart. Because I know that's what life is about. It is about that one love. All of us. But there has to be some type of personal growth and artistic development that these artists, they've gotta get there. They've gotta be groomed. I don't know what's going on in the music industry. That's not my thing. But I have watched how technology has shaped and changed a lot of things. So I don't know if artists are being groomed, if they're getting the AR attention that they need, but I feel like there has to be somewhere where they're getting some type of personal growth in artist development. Because lyrics serves as a medium for self-reflection and personal growth for artists themselves. It's like they're telling who they are. I feel like they need to be paying attention to the message that they convey, because we're going to be able to hear what their thoughts are, what their emotions are, what their perspectives are. So if they're putting out content that is not their thoughts, is not their perspectives or their view, then I don't understand that. And it can be transformative. You know, it's a transformative process. It is. But paying attention to their lyrics is gonna help them evolve as individuals and further develop their artistic abilities. You gotta pay attention to those words. Words matter. In the beginning was the Word. When you put those words in the atmosphere, you are manifesting things. You gotta pay attention to that. I see we got Jamacia here. She says, "Good afternoon to everybody. How you doing?" I like that, I guess that's the grand in the profile pitch. I like that. Got the star sunglasses on. Future so bright, got to wear shades. You know I understand the shade situation. I love a pair of sunglasses. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Did you guys get what I'm saying here? It's important to think about these things. The artists themselves are gonna grow from the lyrics and paying attention to the lyrics that they write. Absolutely. Let me ask you guys this because, we're sharing, but do you believe there should be an age restriction on music or content warnings of harmful lyrics? Do you believe that? Because I know we went through a time where, we had different political leaders who were, trashing music and steamrolling over music and making sure that it had some type of content warnings for explicit lyrics. At the time that that was going on, there were some people who thought it was, a little too much. And as I look at it now, I don't know. Seems like they knew what they were talking about. It seems like they knew what they were talking about because some of this music, for sure, I know I wouldn't want my kids to listen to. I have well, my kids now are adults, but I mean, if I have young kids, there's just music that I know I would not want them to be listening to, and that they absolutely would not have my permission or consent to listen to. And I definitely wouldn't be buying it because a lot of the lyrics are harmful. I don't think that it is helping them build the type of people that I would like to help guide them to be. And you guys know what I'm talking about. So do you think there should be how do you guys feel about age restrictions and on music and content warnings? I see we got Jamaica here. She said, "Thank you, lady." Marvin Gaye, one of the best lyrical people to me, way before his time. Oh, wow. Yes, ma'am, Marvin Gaye. And see, there's a lot of these old school artists that they were writing lyrics. They were telling stories. They were storytellers. It wasn't about just making money. And unfortunately, a lot of the artists of those times, the music industry was just robbing them blindly, and they were putting out great music. I see Jamaica says, yes, 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 there should be. She agrees that there should be restrictions and content warnings on music because there's potentially a lot of harmful lyrics out here. We know it to be true. We know it. We know that people have the freedom of speech. Yes, they absolutely do. But wow, putting some of the stuff that they put to a beat to hypnotize you and get you in that mindset, that can't be good. That can't be good for any of us. Not at all. I just want us to think about it because we support music, we support hip hop music. We know that hip hop and rap music have a significant social influence on society. It does. And we also know that hip hop and rap music is one of the musics that, it gets a lot of flack and deservingly so for some of it. Because if we're being honest and we're holding artists responsible for lyrics because we know that lyrics are impactful in our lives, then we got to be able to say, like, even if the artist is popular, that they're singing a lot of BS. Even though they might be cultural icons, they're singing a lot of BS. And we need to be able to figure out how we can uplift those artists and support this genre of music and artists who want to make good content. We got to find a way to support that because hip hop and rap music has served as powerful tools for marginalized communities to express themselves, to express their challenges and their aspirations. Hip hop and rap music has provided a platform for artists to share all types of stories, to celebrate our culture, to assert their identities. It served as social justice and activism. We know that because hip hop and rap has been intertwined with social justice movements, addressing issues such as racial inequalities, police brutalities, systemic oppression. Artists have used their lyrics to raise certain awareness, to ignite conversations, like the very conversation that we're having right now. Words are powerful. Their lyrics advocate for change, contributing to the fight for social justice. It's a very, very powerful medium. It is. For our community. Hip hop culture promotes self expression, creativity, entrepreneurship. It has empowered individuals to find their voice, pursue their passions, create opportunities within our communities. Rap music has inspired many aspiring artists, fostering a sense of empowerment and resilience. It's a very powerful thing to be able to put words into a person's head. Got to pay attention to the lyrics. And think about the political commentary. Like many rap songs, they have explicit political commentary, criticizing the government, policies, social issues. And through their lyrics, artists have challenged authority, questioned society norms, demanded accountability, while engaging its listeners to take their own political discourse and shape some type of public opinion. Music is powerful. It's about more than a beat. You got to be talking about something more than just a catchy phrase. And hip hop itself, it is about more than the music, but it has had an influence on our fashion. It's been an impact on all of our fashion trends. And we've gone through a whole lot of them. We continue to grow through them and go through them, from our clothing, our sneakers, our accessories. It shaped urban culture, the way we dance, graffiti, the way we talk, our slangs, our street language. There's a whole subculture. And all of that came from a genre of a music and a lifestyle now. Hip hop is a lifestyle, rap is the music. And it serves as a culture exchange. Hip hop isn't just, where it started anymore. Hip hop is celebrating 50 years right now. Hip hop has grown, like grown. Like hip hop could be a grandfather, grandmother, you know? But I say that to say, like, how is a cross culture exchange, hip hop and rap has transcended all of the borders. It's enabled us to exchange and understand different communities, artists from various backgrounds collaborate. We just bringing about a whole diverse perspective of people. And I feel like we can use this music to promote unity. I think hip hop and rap music has that potential to unite people like nothing else. Nobody can figure this thing out. But I tell you what, everybody like this culture, everybody like this music. So what are we listening to? And if we think about it and we know this to be true, and we go right back to Les's comment where he said the worse the lyrics are, the more commercial success. So we know that is being promoted because of how powerful hip hop and rap music really is. You can't go anywhere in the world where you don't see the influence of hip hop, the influence of rap. These artists go to many countries all over this planet. And people are bopping. They know the music. They love the music. They're moved by it. So if we take those lyrics and bring those lyrics to promote a unity, oh my gosh. Y'all know it. I'm not even going to say it. You know it. And they know it too because if you look at commercials, hip hop and rap music is in everything, even in education. Hip hop has been used as an educational tool. Teachers been using it to teach all types of subjects, teaching history, social issues, critical thinking. It's provided a platform for young people to voice their opinions, share their experiences, engage in positive self-expression. Let me know when I'm wrong. Let me know when I'm saying something that is a little off. It's important to note that while hip hop and rap music have positive social influences, and we want it to bring about a different change, I'm concerned. I'm concerned about some of these explicit lyrics, misogynistic content, glorification of violence. As with any art form, I feel like we've got to like critically look at it, and we got to be responsible for the consumption of such. But what's the word I can say it? I just want to say trash. Why are we listening to some of this and rating these people? That's great because it's not great. It's not great. I'm gonna get off this. I'm gonna get off my soapbox here. I am, but I do want to say that I feel like you can't tell me that you're just listening to the beat. You got to be listening to the lyrics. You've got to respect the penmanship of a Lauryn Hill. You've got to see the longevity and the lifespan of music put out by artists like a Marvin Gaye and a Bob Marley. And we have many, but these are just a few that we've talked about in this concentrated conversation. But lyrics have power, and they profoundly impact the listeners. Lyrics they evoke emotion. So I do feel like artists have a responsibility to consider the potential effects of their lyrics on their audience. They have the ability to inspire and empower, but are they doing that? And I think we're seeing the results of that in a lot of neighborhoods, in a lot of communities. It's the music. It's the music, guys. I tell you what, guys, that's what I got for you today. I hope that you can go to your nieces and your grandkids and your kids and your mentees and put them on to some good music. Let them listen to Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. Let them hear Redemption Song. Because when they listen to the lyrics and when you break those lyrics down, you can have a conversation about it. The lyrics from a good song provide a great conversation and a great lesson. So if you know that there's a lesson that you want to get across, I promise you, if you listen to a good artist who is mindful of the content that they're putting out, who are telling good stories, you can just put a record on, right? You can put a record on. I'm gonna get out of here. And before I get out of here, you know what we got to do, guys? We got to do what we always do, because when I come in here, I want us to do a little breath work. Because why? Because we are getting better one breath at a time. Sometimes we got to stop and be intentional. Because see, we breathe without, you're not thinking about that thing. It's involuntary. A lot of us. So when we are intentional about it, think about the healing that you're providing for yourself. You deserve this. I want y'all to have a good day. I want y'all to listen to some good music. Put a good record on today. Thank everybody who came in and joined me today. Thank you, Les. Thank you, DJ Bug, Kevin Bridges, Jamacia, Tori, and the kids at the camp. Put on a good record. All right? Now let's do a little breath work, because we are getting better. We getting better, y'all. Let's do some breath work. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold that a few seconds. Exhale. Hold that a few seconds. Inhale again. Hold a few seconds. Exhale. And hold that a few seconds. Inhale one more time. Hold a few seconds. And exhale. Yeah. Now, don't you feel great? I feel great. I appreciate you guys. And if nobody gave you a smile today, if nobody smiled today, you just close your eyes and give yourself a big smile and see how that feels for you. Right? Y'all be great out here. It's what we do. One love, y'all.